The journey of going from one relationship to another relationship is just like taking a flight. It's just like traveling from one area to a new destination of a new love, or a new form of happiness, or a new relationship. But here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about going through the airport and having to stop at the TSA. And through the TSA Pre-Check, they take the time and they look in the luggage. And even before you get to that point, they have up on the wall all the things you can and cannot bring into the new destination. Welcome to the Dr. G.L. White Show, a place where we explore the impact of Black fathers on building strong families and healthy communities. My name is Dr. Gary L. White, and today we have a very interesting topic. Have you ever found yourself in a relationship dealing with someone and it seems like just about everything you say is a trigger? Think about it. That you responding to a situation or you have a conflict and somehow it seems like it's blown out of proportion. You're really trying to understand what's going on. And even what about for yourself? Imagine you've left a past relationship and you've entered a new one, and all of a sudden, something about the person you with now is reminding you about that past difficult relationship. So much so that you find yourself even being turned off. These traumas and triggers from the past are things that tend to show up when we don't give attention to them. The journey of going from one relationship to another relationship is just like taking a flight. It's just like traveling from one area to a new destination of a new love, or a new form of happiness, or a new relationship. But here's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about going through the airport and having to stop at the TSA. And through the TSA Pre-Check, they take the time and they look in the luggage. And even before you get to that point, they have up on the wall all the things you can and cannot bring into the new destination. You have those areas that you want to put them on, and you don't even realize it, that you have put them in your luggage, and right then and there they say, nope, can't bring it. It's just like my favorite artist, Erykah Badu. I love the song Bag Lady because it says, bag lady, you're gonna hurt your back, dragging all those bags like that. Well, think about it. This is very relevant, and it's a powerful point that's being made because some of us, we carry a lot of baggage. We carry that baggage from one relationship to the next. And so, because we understand the TSA Pre-Check, because we understand what happens before you get ready to get on that plane to go to that new destination, I am going to take you through the TSA Pre-Check. Except for here, the TSA has a different meaning. The T in this regard stands for checking your traumas and your triggers. The S means exploring the scars that you might try to bring into that relationship. And finally, the A is the angst, the anxiety or the stress that you may feel. And so we have to move through the TSA Pre-Check to make sure that some of these things, I'm strongly advising you that you don't take from one relationship to the next. And so let's take a look at the T, the traumas and the triggers. Now, when you think about traumas and triggers, this may be adverse childhood experiences or something from a past traumatic situation, or something that reminds you of a traumatic experience that you had with someone, or a traumatic situation. And what happens is that these unresolved issues, meaning that you didn't get treatment for it, you didn't talk to anyone about it, but these unresolved issues cause triggers. So that means when something happens, that triggers you, and that what ends up happening, all the emotions from that past experience and all the traumas from the past then comes forward. And so what happens is that you're dealing with a present situation, but the past emotions have taken over. And so this can impact a relationship because you will find yourself, and some people have a lot of triggers. They've got so many triggers, and the truth of the matter is, if you're really honest about it, if you really go get counseling, if you really talk to someone who's able to be really honest with you, they may tell you you have too many triggers. And I'm calling triggers just a host of unresolved issues that you've not addressed. And so the problem is that when they come up and they show up in a relationship, then it causes a level of strain. So what I'm going to tell you to bring instead, I'm going to challenge you to bring with you more coping mechanisms. I'm going to invite you to focus on mindfulness and understanding how your past experiences influence your present behavior. And the more you can become in tune with that, as a matter of fact, even if you can talk to your partner so that they can have permission when they're beginning to experience a past trigger from you coming forward, that they can talk with you about it. So I want you to bring with you, instead of the traumas and the triggers, I want to bring you to bring with you the mindfulness. I want you to bring with you the self-awareness. And I want you to bring with you with the comfort of talking to someone about these issues, but not, let me say this again, not making them responsible. So that means that if you have a trigger and you tell someone that that's a trigger and therefore they should work their way around it, that's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm saying I'm challenging you before you reach that new destination in that relationship. I'm challenging you to focus on the trigger. I'm challenging you to deal with it yourself. So that's the trauma. So at the pre-check, we need to take that out the bag. We need to set that aside. We need to make sure that you have inside the bag those coping things, those self-awareness tools so that you will understand how they will show up. That's the T. Now let's talk about the S. These are the scars. This is the hurt. This is the pain. This is the frustration. This is the history of inconsistent attachments and betrayals. And this is your history of mistrust. This is the cognitive, again, distortion that you have, the negative belief about themselves or yourself, the negative beliefs about the relationship. These scars show up. They cause you to develop a unhealthy, what I call defense mechanism, right? That's the projection of the denial of the displacement or even the block of genuine communication. So these scars, when you don't recognize them, when you don't want to deal with them, they can become very profound in your relationship. The unresolved grief also is a part of that scar because I'm really talking about here emotional scars, right? Think about this emotional scars, that's carrying the weight of past emotional events, carrying them with you, right? These unprocessed losses then began to take over. And believe it or not, people can see your scars. Believe it or not, people can tell that something is an issue with you because you're taking it or responding to it in what we would consider a unrealistic way. And so what are we telling you to do? I'm telling you with these scars to talk about them, become aware of them, to focus on them, to make your partner aware of them. And once again, to give your partner permission to deal with them. So that's the traumas. That's the triggers. That's the scars. But then we have the A, which is the angst. Now, the angst is the anxiety, it's the fear, it's the self professed belief that this relationship is going too well. These are the type of people that have a lot of angst. They're constantly ruminating. They're acting as if something's going to happen, right? They're what we call hyperactive or highly in tuned, right? These people are when they bring these types of things to the relationship, they're worried when the love gets too good, when the closeness gets too good. These are the type of people who may even find themselves self-sabotaging. That means causing something or doing something to push the person back away because feeling good, I'm not used to it. I'm worried about it. I'm scared. And so the angst then is something that we then move forward and begin to have dominate how we interact in the relationship. So what I want you to bring with you instead of the angst, I want you to bring mindfulness again. I want you to learn how to breathe. I want you to learn how to take your time when you begin to see it. I want you to recognize. So if you're tense, I want to encourage you to loosen yourself. If you find your heart rate starting to increase, I want you to pause and breathe a little bit. And again, I want you to let the new person who enters your life understand that it's a scar, understand that it's a trigger, understand that it's not their responsibility to deal with it, and understand that mindfulness is critical to the development of a new healthy relationship. So as you begin your journey and you prepare to enter a new relationship, after you've taken a little time to just reflect on self, right? Not rushing from one relationship to the other, because that means you're going to put some things in that luggage and bring it to that new relationship that shouldn't be there. So after you've taken your time and you're ready to enter a new relationship, I want you to be intentional about going through the TSA, the traumas and triggers, the scars, and the angst. I can almost imagine that the next time you go to board a plane and you start approaching that gate and you see that TSA pre-check. When you do, I want you to think about me. I want you to reflect on what I've shared. And when you do, you may find yourself smiling a little bit and someone says, "What are you smiling about?" And you say, "Well, I'm going through the TSA." And when you do that, you'll reflect and may even find yourself saying, "Dr. White, I'll toast to that."